Hello, my name is Antuan Simmons. I'm reading my poem story, The Phoenix is Dying Light, from my book, The Phoenix is Dying Light. I want to thank Stories of Color for giving me the opportunity to read the story. The Phoenix is Dying Light. Author's note, to those who have come to the realization of their own mortality. A father and son was walking during the night, enjoying the sight of twinkling stars and staring dark indigo, escaping the overbearing glare of the city's lights to venture out in the moon's glow. Father was telling his son about all the things of manhood: ethics, honesty, humility, responsibility, and sacrifice. He hoped the son would listen and the words were understood. The father hoped that evil, corruption, immorality, lust, and greed would not lure his son's heart to be wrongly enticed. That he cherished and respected things that were good. The father loved his son. Every father should talk to his son about the world. While the father was going on with his lesson, there's a flash of light that caught the child's eye. And the young lad was turned from his father's attention, saw something between the earth's horizon and the night sky. And children are mostly drawn to shiny things, like flying beetles are attracted to light. The boy went fleeing to see that flash that was at the end of the night. The young boy approached the horizon and gazed at the light that brought him there, and he became frightened at the vision of a glowing, weeping creature. The boy shrieked in horror. We'd never seen a sight like this before. The father caught up with the boy, was worried when his son ran, relieved that was little in joy, for he no longer had the stamina of a young man. The son grasped his father tight, because he was frightened at the appearance of the bird of light. And the bird of light, with its remarkable light, was weeping. And in the child's wonder, amazed at the bird's glamour. Quietly asking, "Father, why is the bird crying? Is it dying?" The father with his hand grazed the child's dark coils and seized his son upon the swell. In the child's ear he could hear the bird screeching and fluttering, blending in with his tears. The child questioned, "Is more sparkling than jewels. I do not understand, Father. Why is it crying? Is it dying? It is so beautiful." As the son was trying to seek, the father put his arm over his shoulder and began to speak. "That bird you see a glimmer and glow and twine of starlight was once called the Phoenix. The Phoenix was a towering inferno, a waterfall of flames and black ashes. Filled the sky with black coal, polluted the clouds and forced them to rain acid. The fiery bird brought destruction, breathed fear, killed crops to bring destitution, overflowed hearts with drear. The people of our city was in horror of the monster, too afraid to hate the Phoenix, too terrorized to fight it. The citizens fled when it came, and those who fell to the ground was engulfed in flames, made horrible sounds. In the air, the smell of burnt bodies. Some were driven insane. How do you hold on to sanity, and the sky is alive with red flames and hellfire is raining? The Phoenix knew its power, was full aware of its might, and now that all with the rain of fire, finished everything in its sight, as God's ship was sealed, had the power to take, the power to kill, to bring mortals to a well. So horrible, yet so beautiful. At an angle, from a distance, it resembled an angel in a swing dance. The Phoenix loved its immortality. But immortal beings are supposed to be impervious to death and time. And the only way to know that something is immortal is to never die and live forever. And forever is a very long time. In the time's sun, the Phoenix immortality was tested. In time, as mortals age, the Phoenix power began to fade. The flaming skies became blue again. The sun and rains were brought back to a shine. The redness of the fire began to wane. You could look at the Phoenix without turning blind. People of the city whispered in small words as the Phoenix was turned into a smaller bird. The more power it lost, the less it flew. The bird's wing began to exhaust, and the wind blew. And the former god of hell fell into the hands of the people. Though it gave fear to, brought dread to, Those who forcibly call it majesty, those who made sob, those who made hungry, those who forced to call it God, those he calls horror, those who brought terror, those who struck blind because of his flaming shine, those whose blood was spilled, those he killed, and the smell of burnt bodies. People took the phoenix and struck it 100 times. Some people cannot forget the evil of immoral power. But they did not kill the phoenix. They did not kill the bird of light, because they realized the bird's greatest fear, it was losing its flame. The all-consuming inferno will turn to a conflagration. That conflagration into a flame, that flames into a light into a flicker that's often missed by the look of a human eye. It was become immortal. Remember, son, no one that thinks of himself as immortal never wants to face mortality. Something that basks in his glory never wants to be brought down to common. A person that beauty never wants to lose their attention. Something that exalts his prominence never wants to be taken from his height. Nothing that was held in high honor never wants to be disgraced. The mighty that think they're impervious never wants to succumb to sickness and injury. People who deem themselves as God always should be critical of their humanity. It's wise to know, son, that humility is good to keep. In the eyes of God, no one is above or beneath. We all experience laughter, and we all have days of crying sobs. We all have a day of birth. We're all just souls walking earth. To end the story about the phoenix, it was taken to this field by the people of the city. Instead of being killed, he brought here to face its mortality. And that is the tale of the bird of light. The boy looked at the bird and cured his vision. And all that he had seen and all that he has heard, he still had one question. Father, why is it crying? Is it dying? The father responded, no, son, it is not dying. It is crying because its light is dying and will soon become just another bird. That's my story, The Phoenix of Dying Light. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And I want to thank Stories of Color again for giving me the opportunity to read my story. The Phoenix of Dying Light, from my book, The Phoenix of Dying Light. Thank you.